7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hello, and welcome to Depraved Indifference to Intelligent Life, my weekly little vlog thing that I do here. And today I'd like to talk to you about ketchup potato chips. Now, some of you down in the States may not have heard or seen about this. I know that I think Lay's has been bringing ketchup chips down there, possibly just to the northern parts of the States. I don't know how widespread it is. But here in Canada, we've always had ketchup chips. I don't know about other countries as well. Any of you from other countries, please let me know if you have ketchup potato chips. I'd be very interested to know which ones do and which ones don't. But today I thought I would do a little bit of a showcase of the ketchup potato chips that we have. We're going to be doing some taste testing, and I'm going to be grading the ketchup chips that we have here in the States. So we've got a little bowl here to decant the chips in. We've got a glass of water to help cleanse the palate between tastings. And we're going to go and take a look at some of the wonderful things on offer here in Canada. So without further ado, we're going to get right to it and have some wonderful potato chips. Here we have Old Dutch ketchup potato chips. Now, Old Dutch is a plant that, of course, a business, a brand of potato chips that is very, very familiar in the western portion of Canada. It's making its way out east, but it hasn't really, it hasn't got as strong of a foothold there as it does in the western portion of the United States. Old Dutch ketchup potato chips. So we're going to grab right in here and decant some of these out so we can see them. Oh, get in there. Alrighty, let us take a look-see. Now, as you can see here, we've got a number of potato chips. The color is definitely red. Definitely has that ketchupy look to it. Definitely has the smell of ketchup as well. Very subtle. Not too sharp. Not something that's going to be like digging into your nose. Good coverage on the chips. They look quite well. So we're going to give it a taste here and see what it tastes like. Very good crunch to the potato chip. Very good. Definitely some a slight bit of a tang there in terms of the tomato and the vinegary flavor. It's not too sour. There's definitely some sourness to it. Definitely some sourness to the vinegar. But good. Definitely good. Out of 10, I would give this particular brand of potato chips a solid 7. A solid 7. Definitely worth your time. So we'll cleanse the palate, and we'll move on to the next. Now here we have Lay's ketchup potato chips. Lay's is the direct competitor to Old Dutch Foods, and Lay's has a much darker looking bag, all red overall. The ketchup chips here on the cover look darker as well. Let's see if that holds up in the actual brand. We'll shake a few out here. Oh, well, we definitely have something different here. As we can see, the chips are definitely a darker red than the old Dutch potato chips. The smell is stronger too. It has a much sharper smell to it. It looks more like where that one had almost a, I would say, almost a traffic light red. This one has a more dark cherry red to it as well. So now we're going to have a little taste. Oh. Good crunch. Very good crunch on that. Definitely a sharper taste as well. Yes. It has that sharper tomato taste, not as heavy on the vinegar sourness as well. A little bit of an aftertaste too, in a good way. In a good way. It definitely is not as overwhelming of a flavor, not right off the bat. And the old Dutch ketchup chips were definitely a bit overwhelming, whereas these ones are a little more subtle, a little more, they sneak up on you a bit, in a good way. I'm going to have another one. Yeah. This is one, I could eat more of the Lay's than I could of the old Dutch ketchup, in terms of if I was having some. So this one here, Lay's ketchup potato chips, I will have to give that one an 8.5 out of 10. Yes, definitely an 8.5 out of 10. It is very good, very tasty. Definitely doesn't drown out the other flavors. Even though it might smell a little bit intimidating, don't let that fool you. Get the taste in first. So that being said, we're going to move on to the next flavor and give that a try and see what that's like. Here we have Great Value Ketchup Potato Chips. Now these are the Walmart brand of potato chips. Ketchup, as you can see, the bag is very brightly colored red. You've got wonderful looking reddish potato chips, kind of matching the color scheme they've got going. We're going to dive right in and get some of these out. There we go. Get out there. All right. Now, these ones, you'll notice right off the bat, are definitely lighter in terms of ketchup coloring. They're not as deep red as the Lay's potato chips. They're not as red as the old Dutch potato chips. The smell is nowhere near as strong as the other two. There is very faint smell of ketchup on them, but not overwhelming, not even a little bit. These are quite inoffensive in terms of the smell category. Now these ones are definitely a different brand of ketchup. There's definitely that tomato flavor, definitely that ketchup flavor to it, but unlike Old Dutch and Lay's, The Great Value brand is sweeter. It has an almost sweet taste to it, to the point where you're not getting that sour aftertaste in your mouth, which, as I said, can be a good thing. If you are enjoying ketchup, if you like ketchup, you'll know that aftertaste is part of the whole deal. But yeah, good crunch. Little softer than the Lay's chips, but still very good. Definitely has that sweet flavor, as I mentioned. No real sour aftertaste. Definitely, definitely the sort of chip that you will not have overwhelming your taste buds. Um, it's very inoffensive in a way. Uh, I would have to give these the Great Value chips. I would say an 8.5, but that sweetness that's with it definitely lends a different flavor to the ketchup. Definitely lends an interesting je ne sais quoi to the whole thing. So I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10. So far, the best runner-up we have going on here is a Great Value. Indeed. Oh, so good. And for the price, that bag of Great Value is only half the price of the Old Dutch and the Lay's. So you're getting value for your money too, on top of it. But we're going to move on to the next brand of ketchup chips and see what that tastes like. Now here we have no-name ketchup. Now these are often found in the superstores. They're literally called the superstore here in Canada. They're also found, I believe, in No Frills stores as well. And they are kind of like Great Value in terms of that grocery store's generic brand of ketchup chips. Definitely a different bag as it's mostly yellow. Most of the no-name varieties are a yellow bag with a different color band at the top to let you know kind of what flavor you're getting into. So we're going to crack this bag open and we're going to pour some of these out. Oh, now we've definitely got something different here. Again, not as inoffensive of a smell, or not as offensive of a smell in terms of the sharp tang to it that Old Dutch and Lay's has. Definitely a bit more different than Great Value as well. And if you look, these ones have a very deep red to them, almost a purpley color in a way. So definitely a little bit different. So we're going to try one of these. Good crunch. I like that crunch. Let's get one with some more ketchup on it. Now this one has that tang. This one has that sharp taste to it that ketchup should have. But at the same time, there's a little bit of sweetness mixed in there too. You're getting both of them at the same time. And that is interesting. As I said, not offensive on the smell, and the taste is pretty good. Yeah, I can dig these. Definitely, definitely easy to eat a lot of if you're not careful. they go down quite smoothly. I'm a fan of these, but these particular ones are um, pretty pretty decent. I won't give them as high as a 9, but I will give them an 8.5 as well. Definitely on par with the Lay's potato chips, but where the Lay's potato chips had um, had their own strengths and weaknesses, these ones have different strengths and weaknesses in terms of flavor and taste and aftertaste and whatnot. So it's not the same, but it kind of adds up to the same score in my mind. So definitely an 8.5 for these ones. So we're going to move on to the last of the flavors that we're covering here. Um, and it is going to be a doozy. Here we have Pringles ketchup. Now these are the new boys in town because there has not been any ketchup chips and Pringles uh, ever since they first came out. It has been a long time coming for them, and they've finally started to release them. Finally started to, oh, have some. In the definitely a different package because they come in a can, and I believe they're differently made as well. So we're going to take some of these out and lay them in the bowl. Now these particular ones, as we can see, are definitely different. They've got that distinctive Pringles shape to them. The seasoning is definitely got a bit of a sharpness to it. Not a lot, just a little, just a hint of sharpness. And the coloring looks almost, I want to say almost a rust red or a blood red to it. So we're going to give these a try. As we can see, good coverage, good coverage. Mmm. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Right away, there's definitely a difference to it. These are Pringles chips. Anyone who's had Pringles chips knows the texture of a Pringles chip is much different from the texture of a normal potato chip. Has something to do with how they make them. I think they bake them. It might be it instead of frying them. But these definitely have something interesting to it. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Wow. Okay. So, in terms of smell, as I said, just that hint of sharpness. But taste, there is a definitive sharpness to the taste, definitive sourness to it. You get that ketchup, that tomato taste with the vinegar in equal measure. Definitely, definitely a sharper taste than any of the others we've had before. Definitely a different texture as well. That different texture to it is definitely making things. It's making the taste uh, very different from the rest of the potato chips because all these other potato chips we've had have been fried. And as I said, I think these ones are baked, but I could be wrong. Definitely tasty. Uh, Definitely worth your time to have a nosh at. Um, in terms of score, however, in terms of score, I'm going to have to give these ones. Um, let me have one more here, just to make up my mind. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. These ones are definitely going to have to get a 9 as well. These are going to be tied with the Great Value. Because while it does have that sharper taste to it, that different texture of chip with this particular flavor, it makes for a good snack. So definitely a 9 out of 10 for that. So that's going to be it for this episode of Depraved Indifference to Intelligent Life. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little impromptu taste testing of ketchup potato chips. I hope you have been informed, and maybe you might want to search out some ketchup potato chips in the future. If so, I would recommend going for the Great Value ketchup, or the Pringles ketchup if you can find it. The other ones are all good. They're not bad, but for the cream of the crop, if you like the sweetness, definitely go for the Great Value. If you're a fan of the sour, check out the Pringles, or check out the No Name or the Lay's. They can definitely give you what you're looking for there. So thank you all so much for watching. As I said before, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you have ketchup chips where you live, and if you've had them and what you think of them. And if you have had them, what is your favorite brand? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to get a discussion going with some people. And until next time, you all take care, and I'll see you around.